Not bad at all. This place was in ruins the last time we came. But... where... Would you boys do me a favor and shift this little lot?
Well, don't just stand there, darling. If I'm getting my hands dirty, you are too.
Where does this stairway lead, Lord Robert?
To an underground passage that runs beneath the castle. It was meant to allow the royal... Right. Let's get in there and see if we can find some...
Such pain. How dare you? How you took everything.
I'm keen to have a wee chat with our friend here, but something tells me he's got other things in mind.
Such despair.
Stay focused.
I will never forgive you.
Need a little... Let's get things moving again, huh?
Leave it to me! Thank you.
beast! Wakey, wakey! Here, honey!
All is well that ends well. My strength grows ever greater.
Such pain. You took my beloved Eleanor. You took my boy. I will never forgive you!
Eleanor? But that's the old queen's name, which would make you...
Erwin, last king of Dundrasil. Just as I thought. A great man, and a fine warrior too, as you've just witnessed. And, most importantly of all, your father. I'm sorry the two of you had to meet like this. What happened to you, Erwin? Come on, laddie. Look at me. What in the...
At last you have come. Long have I waited for a kindly soul to free my restless knight from his misery.
The voice from the dream.
You are correct, of course. Before you kneels Erwin, King of Dundrasil. All those long years ago, on that darkest of days, he fought to the last. But with time, that light has waned, and all that remains is the tortured soul you see before you. Lost between light and dark, life and death. I beg of you, help him, free him from his nightmare. Shine the light of hope into the darkness of his despair.
The voice. It's gone again. Who is she?
That'll have to wait. Erwin here needs our help. But what are we supposed to do to help him?
Do I smell fresh meat? It's been a while. Years, in fact. Well then, I need to make you nice and miserable before I devour your tender torment. Such pain, such anguish. I am helpless, powerless, bound by the chains of regret.
King Erwin, it is a great honor to be invited to celebrate this most special of days with you.
The birth of your son and heir is a source of great joy and happiness to us all. Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Thank you. Aye, this is a momentous day for Dundrasil. I am truly humbled to be lucky enough to celebrate it with you all. My dear Sultan, King Gustav, allow me to welcome you both to Dundrasil. You honor us with your presence.
The honor is all ours, King Erwin. Truly, it has been far too long. 1,000 thanks for preparing such lavish festivities. Though, of course, we are not here merely to celebrate. Today's colloquy of kings shall determine the fate of Erdrea for generations to come. I, for one, mean to see that my people's interests are well represented. You will forgive me if I grow a little passionate at times.
It is the first time the rulers of the Four Kingdoms have ever gathered under one roof, you know. A momentous occasion indeed. But the reason itself is a momentous one, of course. The birth of an heir to the title of luminary is an event of unparalleled significance.
Indeed it is. Thank you once again for agreeing to meet so readily. Now, I have some final preparations to make before we convene the colloquy. I will come and fetch you when we're ready to begin. Guards, I don't suppose any of you have seen King Carnelian?
Yes, sire. King Carnelian is walking the grounds with Lord Robert, sire.
King Carnelian, Lord Robert. I will be convening the colloquy shortly, if you'd like to make ready.
Lord Robert informs me that the boy bears the mark. That he is the luminary reborn.
That's right, aye. I've decided to present him to you all at the colloquy. The sight of so many people gathered to celebrate his birth has brought home to me how important he is. How much hope the light he brings represents.
Save it for the meeting, Owen.
Don't take it to heart, laddie. The fate of all Right, it's nearly time. Why don't you go and fetch the wee one from Eleanor's chambers?
He's so tiny. Can I touch him, Lady Eleanor? I promise I'll be careful.
I think he likes you, Jade. He wants to play. He's a very special boy, you know. They call him the Luminary. People have all sorts of hopes for him. But I just hope he grows up to be like his father, that he can help people to overcome their problems, just as Erwin does.
I hope he grows up to be nice and kind like you, Lady Eleanor. King Erwin!
The colloquy's about to start, Eleanor. Will you hand me the wee one? All right, wee man. Let's go and talk to some scary old men, shall we? Don't worry. Daddy will look after you.
Oh, Erwin. You don't need to hold on to him so tight, you know. Let the poor boy breathe. Would you look at it thundering away out there? And on such a special day, too. It's making...
Come on now, Eleanor. There's nothing to worry about. We'll keep you safe no matter what, won't we, wee man?
And what about me, hmm?
Hey, you don't need me to protect you, Jade. You've got King Carnelian. Your dad's a force to be reckoned with, and no mistake. Right. We better get this meeting started. I'll see you later, Eleanor.
Good luck. Both.
This child, he is the one?
He bears the mark. There's no mistaking it. Dark One riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his coming, black night endeth.
The final poem in the Book of Erdwin.
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary in the Age of Heroes, bringing eternal peace to the world. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more. The peace of Erdrea is under threat.
The kingdom of Svardsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnud with it. He will be sorely missed.
And now a child has been born who bears the mark. Which brings us to a reason for gathering here today. What does all this mean for Erdrea?
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But surely, the birth of the child signals an end to our woes. Now that the Luminary is among us, the balance can be restored. The peace...
You believe that the presence of the Luminary will ensure that peace prevails? Can you be certain? Forgive me, Lord Robert, but the Book of Erdwin contains another poem concerning this matter, does it not?
It does. Well, tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast. Lo, the Dark One, bleak, black, vast.
What are the two of you implying? That the Luminary causes the appearance of the Dark One?
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot shine. This has always been the way of the world. Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the Luminary may well be what causes the Dark One to awaken.
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? that the Luminary isn't a force for good?
Can we be certain that he is? Evil does not always take a monstrous form, after all. You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late. Ever since your child was born, in fact.
What are you trying to...
Oh. The star sings at night, you know. I have heard it. It sings of Erdria's destruction.
King Gustav is right.
Oh, don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. We all hear them. As the leaders of this world, we owe it to our people to root out even the slightest hint of evil at its source. Even when that source is painfully close to home.
Why don't you just come out and say it? Something happened. Not long before the child was born. I'm sure some of you saw it. A great, blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, it seemed that night had become day. We saw that same light on the evening he was born. It was shining from the mark on his hand. The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. He did not give rise to the darkness. He was sent to drive it out. Light and dark.
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, if you had shown even a whit less conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child from your care. The Luminary is the child of Yggdrasil. He alone can bring light to the world. He must be protected at all costs.
I hope you will forgive us our little test, but we had to be sure how strongly you believed. Your face.
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. He will be trained in all that he will need to fulfill his destiny. We must confer upon the Luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian. Everyone, I don't know what to say.
Very good. The most pressing item on our agenda is dealt with, and it ended just as I knew it would.
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their purpose.
Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it.
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is to introduce the Luminary to his adoring public.
Thank you, King Carnelian. My friends, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now,
Your Majesty!
What is it?
You must flee the palace immediately. Monsters! Hundreds! Hundreds of monsters!
We're under attack. Everyone, we have to get out of here now.
Where is the luminary, Worms? Give him to us.
They have come in force, but they shall not have the child. Lord Robert and I will keep them at bay. Take Eleanor and the child and flee the castle. Now!
But King Carnelian, this is suicide!
You need not fret on my behalf. I am not in my dotage just yet. Now go!
Thank you, both of you.
King Erwin, there you are! We were so worried.
You're alive. Oh, thank the heavens. When we saw the monsters coming, we feared the worst for you both.
Never mind that now. We need to get out of here, all of us. Come on. No matter what happens, I will get you out of here. I promise. Let's go. We should be able to get out through here.
I feel his presence. I sense him. I smell him. The luminary. Give him to me. There can be no escape.
Just you try and take him.
The monsters are everywhere. What are we going to do, Erwin?
If they've made it this far around the castle, they must have the place surrounded. We'll have to use the tunnels. I think this was the one. Quickly, in we go, before the monsters find us. Time to make a break for it. I'll deal with him. Get up!
But Erwin...
Run! All right, you despicable creature. It's not over yet. And stay down. Right. Time to get after Eleanor. King Carnelian? Over here, Your Majesty! King Carnelian? What in the... Who are you? What do you think you're doing? Your Majesty!
Erwin, is that you? What happened? Is everyone safe?
You're all right. Thank goodness. Jade's with Eleanor and the Wee One, Your Majesty. They made it safely out of the castle.
I see. Good. Very good. I shall send my forces after them right away.
Your Majesty, what do you...
The bloodline of the Luminary ends here today.
King Carnelian? Your Majesty? Sire. Forgive me. I was unable to find you. I thank the heavens that you are unhurt. King Erwin, what has happened here?
I had no choice. He came at me in a frenzy. Queen Eleanor has absconded with the Luminary, and with my daughter.
Surely not. Whatever would possess them to commit such acts?
The birth of the child has put them both under great pressure. It has also caused the coming of the monsters, the loss of countless lives. Perhaps the coming of the Luminary does bring darkness in its wake. After all, without him, this tragedy would never have come to pass. Yes, I see now. He is not our savior. He is the harbinger of the night to come. The child of evil. The dark spawn. He must be found and dealt with. The peace of Erdrea must not be permitted to collapse. Find him. Leave no stone unturned.
Sire.
He is no harbinger of darkness. He is the Luminary, the Savior. Someone, please. King Carnelian must be stopped, or the world will be plunged into darkness. Eleanor, please. Forgive me. I was too weak.
devour despair. And this one's misery is just exquisite. His kingdom ruined, his family gone, betrayed, dying alone. Which is why I've been drawing out his torture for all these years. But even the most fabulous feasts must come to an end. How does your despair compare, I wonder? Hold still while I sample its delights. Give yourself to misery. This is your most painful memory. Yes. You could not protect your friends. You could not wallow in it.
Can you hear me? Please, there is a light inside you that can never be extinguished. It is waiting, biding its time, but it is there, and when it shines forth, it will illuminate the world. Now is that time. You are the luminary. You must conquer the darkness. You must shine.
This light is...
What's happening?
You're back with us, laddie. Are you all right?
This light, disgusting. It blinds me. It fills my mouth. It tastes of hope.
This is the beast responsible for King Erwin's suffering.
No matter.
Okay, here we go. Need a little...
Your nightmares are over.
I owe you one! Here you go, laddie! Not bad at all.
Where am I? Wait. Those eyes. I'd know them anywhere. Son. Is it really you? It was you who saved me, wasn't it?
You're back. You're back to your old self at last.
Eleanor?
Our son has freed you. Despair no longer holds you captive. You are free to join me after all these years.
I am, my love. I am.
My dear son, my darling boy. Many hardships await you. Many trials lie ahead. But you must not stray from your path. You must not falter. Let the light of hope, the light inside you, be your guide. And remember, we will always watch over you. Farewell, my darling.
Goodbye, my little one. Goodbye, Erwin. I hope both of you find peace at last.
Honey, your hand!
The mark! It's glowing again!
The luminary is restored to us, and all thanks to his honored parents.
Take him!
Victory!